All right. Message from my Ghostbuster. The one thing that kills, that eradicates and dissipates hate, racism, all that combination of disgusting shadow, unconscious, is love. Do not forget that, because the enemy and empires and the powers that be, they have no fucking morals or integrity or lack, obviously, empathy. They can never achieve that type of unconditional love that comes from within. Okay, so I would say when anybody you see that is being Islamophobic, I think we should be more loving towards Muslim people. Love them more, like wholeheartedly. Talk nice about them. Uh, put words of existence to protect them. Okay, especially now, right? Same thing with black communities, and embrace, you know, more black communities businesses, indigenous community businesses, or help with community aid, mutual aid, with what's going on in the Middle East, because what's going on in the Middle East should not be happening. We know that, right? We also know that it is for the 1% interest of psychopath, the real ghosts, real monsters, real demonic, satanic, disgusting people. But we already know that. But the one thing is that do not lose hope, okay? Because that's the one thing they want you all guys to like let go and like throw the towel, okay? Don't fight against each other, okay? Especially those who are in the same fight. We're all in the same fight. We all have the same enemy, okay? We all have to shift, but that starts from within ourselves. So this is why we have to love ourselves. But now, one thing about that. Do not let the entity, disgusting energy, use mental health as a form of weaponization to continue enabling abuse. Does that make sense? Meaning, anything that is hateful, that is due to create some type of, like, I'm getting the energy of someone trying to get you out of character, get you guys all out of character. So don't do that. Okay, stay, and I know it's harder because a lot of us, we're like, yo, but we're being provoked, right? We're constantly being provoked to, act a certain way or defend ourselves, right? And it's harder to, especially when you're dealing with sadistic, narcissistic abusers, right? Which is, a lot of people don't want to go take therapy and heal and, work on their inner shadows and their own demons, right? So a lot of you irritate a lot of people's demons, okay? So you're a real Ghostbusters in real life, right? For some of you, yeah, they're gonna regret all this attacking you and all this intense, horrendous situation and everything. That's another thing. It's like everything is exposed. The truth is actually just actions speak louder than words, right? So a lot of us like don't act everything, even revolution, even disrupting. You have to do everything with love and compassion. And yeah, you cannot lower yourself like these people. That's what Spirit is saying. Like, don't lower yourself. Like, your strength is unconditional love. Your strength is empathy. Your strength is no fear. Fearless. Do things with love. Everything with love. Okay? Even anger that is sacred right now, that it needs to be out there. Like, a lot of us, we're in rage. But we are alchemizing and transmuting that energy and putting it into action. Any action, whatever that is. Boycott, divest, share content, continue, talk about, share the journalists in Gaza. They're sacrificing everything for us to have that information and put the evidence out there. Continue donating if you can, eSIMs, or donating to families, Operation Olive Branch, like nonstop. Continue. We should not stop until there's an arms embargo. There's a ceasefire. And even beyond that, land back. Justice, which is coming, but it has to come through all of us. You can't expect other people to do everything for all y'all, and then you guys just like, okay, we're here now after all the things that we have to go through, and everybody has to go through to, because that's the goal. Our goal is liberation from this and the shifting and changing of capitalism to anti-capitalist. Shifting everything. Anti-racism, anti-Zionism. And no, it's not anti-Semitic. Please do not let them. That's another thing. They're using all the weaponization. All these words are just, like I told you guys on the podcast, it's just witchcraft, like serious but disgusting witchcraft. Like this is like manipulative, sadistic, and controlling. Like for real, because they don't want to hold themselves accountable for they actually what they're doing, right? So another thing that I was getting this morning also that Father God keeps saying, like the word terrorism is their word. It's what defines them, but they're projecting towards other people because they don't want to look at themselves. They don't want to hold themselves accountable. Also, there's no guilty and shame. This is why they don't want to take accountability because they're miserable and disgusting. But also, it's like there's no remorse or guilt when they do this war crime, heinous crime, and psychopathic murdering and stuff like that for more money. There should not be weapons selling of anything. War is useless. It's just continue feeding this capitalist, psychotic, narcissistic, sadist energy that we are all tired and we are refusing to continue. So if you're refusing to do that, so yes, start doing it within little steps within your own community, within your own self. Boycotting a lot of companies that you know they're not good for your spiritually, to be honest, like that shit keeps you in fucking broke, like poverty consciousness. We have to be higher consciousness above these people, which is something that they will never be. This is why. They will never be reach what we already, that resilience, that endurance, that unconditional love that a lot of us, we are not driven by materialistic and obsession with money just like them, that we don't do things for money, that we do it from the heart to help others with boundaries, of course, because some people take advantage of the givers, okay? But we know ourselves. We know we have that internal confidence that comes from the Most High, who guides us through all of this when we are trusting, when we're believing. Okay? So that's my message. I love you. I hope this, brings you some inspired and for you to take some action as well. Continue talking about Palestine, Congo, and Sudan. They are dealing with the most atrocious things that you can possibly imagine, okay? So the least we can do is use our privilege and our hearts that we have, if, and that's something that we constantly need to be nurturing, especially when we are trying to survive systems like this. It's our heart. Always do intentional things with good intentional, like kind and that can benefit another person, okay? All right? I love you. I hope this helped. I'll see you next time. Be good. And yes, another thing, yes, before we go. Just pay attention who the real monsters are, not just in Halloween. We had a whole year of the real monsters. I'll talk about that in my podcast, 89, if you want to dive deeper, especially the spooky stuff that is happening right now. It's beyond horrific. And it's not a humanitarian crisis. It's a genocide. Yeah. Yeah. So there's no denying that. Do not let these people gaslight you or bully you. We see that in the media, and we see that it's all bought. Okay? There's going to be consequences for their actions, and we already know where it's heading. Okay? But in the meantime, we need ends embargo now, and we need to stop this. Okay? So do whatever you can on your end on how to help stop this. Okay? Love you. Bye.